January 30th, 2021. Why Teresa McKeown is so pro-Joe. I wrote Howie, Mina and Mike saying, I think the reason Teresa McKeown seems so hell-bent on making some money or fame off Joe is because I'm pretty sure she bought his life rights for $15,000. This was told to me by both Goode and Rebecca Sirmons. Eric was complaining because he said he bought Joe's life rights and then Joe turned around and sold them again. My February 27, 2020 diary entry said, I'm done with things that make me miserable, including Conveyor Media. Rebecca Sirmons has been courting us because they bought Joe Exotic's life rights for $15,000, and now they needed us to make something out of it. After seeing what's happening with Eric Goode's work, I don't trust she'd be any more likely to get the important message about the abusive cub petting industry into the final cut. As if to prove my point, she just sent me an email asking to reconnect and included what she referred to as an adorable tiger gif. It was a tiger on a couch being petted. I wrote her back saying, I really don't think you get it, or us, to send us such a gif of someone petting a tiger. I think we're done. So today I Googled McKeown, I don't know how you pronounce her name, and Sirmons, and found them linked in this article, and I gave the Deadline article. Investigating the Strange World of Joe Exotic is produced by Conveyor Media and Teresa McKeown and Colin Whelan as executive producers and Rebecca Sirmons as co-executive producer. This would explain how McKeown now has publishing rights on Joe's YouTube channel, which can't make Eric very happy. Howie wrote us all saying, I think Teresa was part of Rick Kirkham's video team. In one of the Rathman videos, it mentions her meeting Joe some years back, and with her saying that he was too crazy for the channels to be interested, and another, I believe it was references he having filmed Joe for a few years. I recall a Teresa being mentioned back then. Googling their two names, I see that they knew each other at Inside Edition, and then he gave the link. Inside Edition colleagues from the time who were in Los Angeles with O'Reilly, reporters Bonnie Strauss, Tony Cox, and Rick Kirkham, and crew members Teresa McKeown, Bob McCall, and Neil Anton, told The Guardian that they did not recall such an incident. Mike responded saying, holy crap, I just got more accurate information out of you two on that unsolicited email than I ever have from Conveyor. That makes total sense, as I was wondering what was going on. Rebecca from Conveyor thinks I'm working for Netflix, and Rebecca from Netflix thinks I'm working for Conveyor. I work for neither, but this helps explain it a bit. So no, I did not know any of that. That also explains why ID seems to be able to freely use Joe's likeness and such. What a snake oil salesman he is. So now I fully understand any fear you would have with me working for either one. I assure you I am not. I know Jim is frustrated and just wants to get back to his normal cases, as this is a huge distraction. For me, I got hooked and wanted to see this through. I am obviously not here for money or fame, although either would be welcomed at some point to defray whatever this ends up costing me. My goal is to have a few landmark cases that I can refer to, where I went against the grain, leveled the playing field, and gave a different perspective or counterpoint to the overwhelming lopsided views portrayed. This will take a bit of careful planning, and since I am not backed by anyone but myself, it takes a lot of sacrifice. Thanks for the email. Again, it helps explain questions I had, but was not in a position to even ask. Later, Mike wrote, heads up, you will not see Jim or Teresa on Joe Exotic ever again. Eric sent a cease and desist. Best regards, Mike. We should take the channel. So, this is me saying. So, I suggested for the second time to Howie that we should try to take Joe's channel as part of our settlement, since it has 326,000 subscribers and is being used to godify Joe and cast doubts on us and his conviction. Joe's channel states, all super chats and proceeds go directly to Joe's commissary. If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at bigcatrescue.org/Carole.Baskin.